Today we will have general examination in cardiovascular system, and in particular there are certain conditions you have to talk about and know about it, because individual heart disease has its own peculiar features that we will deal with later. Common symptom is anemia. Anemia is the lower hemoglobin level. So, where to look for the anemia? 1. Palpebral conjunctiva. You have to avert it and look for the pallor. Second, the lips, outer aspect of the lips, it will be pale. Then look at the tongue. You have to look into two features, whether there is paleness, second, whether there is any glossitis, baldness of the tongue. Then you have to look at the nail bed, pallor will be visible. One more thing, look at the palm. The importance is palmar crease pallor. This is clinically important. If the patient has got palmar crease pallor, that means 50% of the blood is lost. That is, hemoglobin is just 7 and below. What will be the impact of the anemia on the cardiovascular system? It is a hyperkinetic state. It can produce tachycardia. And the other day I told you about the venous hum also. It can cause the failure, which is correctable. Next sign will be cyanosis. That is bluish discoloration of the skin and the mucous membrane. It indicates reduced hemoglobin. So, this cyanosis can be one peripheral, second central, third differential. The peripheral cyanosis, where due to the vasospasm or reduced circulation, the bluish discoloration occurs. You can see it in the nail bed and the toes of the fingers. Or the central cyanosis, you have to look into the tongue, the oral cavity. It will be bluish discoloration. In the case of mitral stenosis, we call it as malar flush. The cheek will be little bluish, but it is not visible in our country, in our people. Then the central cyanosis can be sometimes differential cyanosis. That is, when you say cyanosis, uniformly all the digits are colored, discolored rather. But in this case, the toes are bluish discolored, whereas the fingers, upper limbs are not. This occurs with PDA, patent ductus arteriosus, with reversal of the shunt. You know, the PDA anatomically joins below the left subclavian. Left subclavian supplies the left upper limb. The carotid and the right subclavian supplies the right upper limb. So, when it is a reversal of the shunt, the deoxygenated blood comes to the aorta below the left subclavian and causes cyanosis in the toes. Whenever there is a cyanosis, there is associated polycythemia. That is, it is purpuric-like, or we can say plethora-like. It will be darkened. You can look at the palpebral conjunctiva. It will be like a plum-like. It is a compensatory phenomenon of cyanosis, particularly central cyanosis, because the polycythemia increases the RBC number and the hemoglobin also. Usually it occurs in people of high altitude where they live for a long time. One more important clinical feature is the clubbing. What is clubbing? It is the nail bed and the nail angle is obliterated. It is about 160 degree. It is called as Lowy band angle. Well, you keep two distal phalanx approximated, there will be a diamond shaped angle like this. This will be, the gap will be obliterated in clubbing. This is called the Shamrock sign. So, the clubbing, for it to look for, you have to remember one, the angle. Angle is obliterated. A. B. The nail bed will be boxy like, or it will be little bulky. C. The curvature of the nail is lost. Normally it is flat or it will be curved, either transverse or longitudinal. Fourth, D. Distal end of the long bones will be swollen and tender. These are the ABCD of the clinical features of clubbing. But when you classify the clubbing grade, it will be like that. First, grade 1, angle is lost. Grade 2, it is a parrot beak like, that is longitudinal curvature is increased. Grade 3, it is drumstick, the transverse diameter of the nail bed is increased. And grade 4, it is osteoarthropathy of the distal end of the bones. Then one more important is the dependent edema. The cardiac cases, they develop edema or swelling over the legs, early sign. They find their chappals or shoes are little tighter. In the edema, if the patient is lying down all the supine for a long time, you have to look for not in the ankle but at the sacral end. It is called as sacral edema. The edema, if it is bilateral, it is almost always venous. What you have to do is press over the medial malleoli for about 15 seconds. There will be dipping of the or hollowness over that area. Then it gradually fills up. This is called as pitting edema. But in filial edema, which is almost always universal, it is non-pitting. But when the edema develops, as I told you some time back, it is indicative of right side failure. Then body habitus. In a case of a cardiovascular system, if the patient is very tall, what you call as morphol, you have to do some extra examination or you have to observe. One, normally the arm span is equal to the total height, but in morphol, arm span will be more than the height. In the height also, upper segment, that is pubic symphysis to the crown, it will be lesser than pubic symphysis to the sole of the feet, because the long bones are elongated much. Not only the arms but also fingers, arachnodactyly, that also like a spider finger, long finger. In that case, you have to look for two things, wrist sign and thumb sign. You have to hold the wrist with little finger and the thumb. The little finger crosses the thumb. Whereas the thumb sign is you have to close the fist with the thumb inside. The thumb will extend away from the palm. This all shows the spider fingers as sign of morphol. These morphol can be associated with one, mitral valve prolapse, second, aortic incompetence. So many other conditions are there. Then now you have to look at the spine. The spine, scoliosis, kyphosis, lordosis. Lordosis is the lumbar level, which you are not concerned with the cardiovascular system. Kyphoscoliosis. Scoliosis means sideward bending. Kyphosis means posterior bending. When there is a sideward bending, it can shift the heart. Now, certain diseases and some examination. For example, rheumatic fever. In rheumatic fever, you have to look for some subcutaneous nodules over the bony prominence. Second, there may be erythema marginatum, self-explanatory, erythema like and macular rash. In infective endocarditis, it is many more signs are there. One, the fingertips. You look for oscular nodes. They are painful. The pulp of the fingers. Toes also they can have it. Then look at the palm. They can have a Janeway lesion, hemorrhagic, non-tender spots over the thenar, eminence, and as well as the sole also. Then in the nail bed, you have to look for splinter hemorrhage. In the case of myocardial ischemia, some signs are there. The ear lobe, there will be a long, transverse, deep crease. The crease that indicates a suggestion of ischemic heart disease. And look at the cornea, there will be arcus senalis. Then obesity. Then the important point is xanthomas, hyperlipidemia over the tendons, tendo Achilles, elbow, and over the lower eyelid also you can see the fat deposition resulting in xanthomas. Before I conclude, the clubbing can be classified as unidigital, only one finger because of injury, or unilateral, upper limb and lower limb alone involved. For example, hemiplegia or Pank's tumor or unused over the aorta, or it can be universal to all the fingers and toes. Some common causes will be congenital cyanotic heart disease or suppurative lung disease. It can produce it, and it can be differential as I told you. These are the 4 types of the clubbing. So, general examination, general idea given will continue later on. Thank you.